Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. Okay, hope that you guys are doing amazing. Today we have another great topic. All right, so definitely stay tuned. Welcome to the last week of October 2024. Okay, this year has won by so fast. I'm so excited. Okay, we have 2 more months left before the new year, before 2025. All right, so today we're gonna have a really important topic. We're gonna talk about what to do when after you've been diagnosed with fibroids. Okay. You've been diagnosed with fibroids, now what? What are the steps to take, okay? Some of you may be watching this and you may have just been diagnosed with fibroids. Some of you ladies maybe were diagnosed a year ago, 2 years ago. And these steps are so important no matter when you were diagnosed, right? But these are the steps that need to be taken after fibroid diagnosis. It's so important. First and foremost, you wanna calm your nervous system down, because I know that after being diagnosed with something as serious as fibroids, it can really do a number on you, right? It can make you nervous, it can make you scared. So many women, even, there's a period of depression. There's so many fears and questions and concerns coming up when we talk about fibroids, but don't worry, listen, okay? We're gonna talk about all of that and more, all right? So first and foremost, in case you're new, my name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist, and what I do is I help women who have fibroids and other reproductive health issues. I help them address and get to the root cause of this issue, the physical root cause and the energetic root cause, in order for their bodies to naturally heal fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, also get rid of fertility issues, and so much more. I've helped hundreds of women over the years, not just shrink fibroids, but eliminate fibroids and reverse issues, reproductive health issues that doctors have said that they cannot reverse, okay? Restore their hormonal balance and live their best lives. Because listen, when we have these women health issues, when we have these reproductive health issues, it really does a number on our quality of life. And it's so important as women that we live in our fullness, right? We're operating at our fullest capacity, right? And so we don't want to allow things like fibroids to really do a damper on us. We don't want them to ruin our essence, our natural essence, okay? And fibroids can definitely do that, okay? So let's talk about what to do after you've been diagnosed. Now, disclaimer, okay? In case you're not aware, we do have an amazing 3-day workshop tomorrow. That starts tomorrow. I'm so excited about it. We have an amazing workshop called Shrink Fibroids Before 2025. This workshop is for women who are serious and who are wanting to either shrink or completely eliminate their fibroids before we get into 2025, okay? Or at least shrink their fibroids to the point where it's no longer an issue, and get rid of their fibroid symptoms, and then in 2025 they can resume with dissolving the fibroid, okay? If you want to learn how to do this naturally, if you want to understand truly how your body works and how to dissolve fibroids, you need to be at that workshop. It's called Shrink Fibroids Before 2025. For more information, the link is in the description box, but it's going to be absolutely amazing. And the women that we've had that have joined, I'm so excited, so excited, okay? So this is going to be absolutely amazing. This is for women, again, that want the blueprint, that want the fibroid shrinking protocol, that want the entire protocol, that need help, that don't want to be, trying to guess what to do and all over the place, right? They need guidance. This is going to be absolutely amazing, okay? So go ahead, like I said, join us. It's only $250. And listen, that's such a small investment when we talk about your womb. This is just such a small investment when we talk about your health, okay? So listen, it's going to be amazing. I keep saying that, but it really is, and I'm really excited about it. And you're also going to learn we're going to do a deep dive on the physical root causes and the emotional root causes of fibroids. It's going to be from October 29th through tomorrow through Thursday. We're gonna be on Zoom, and it's gonna be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, in case you're not able to be there on the Zoom, we will have the replays available for everybody that registers, okay? So even if you're not able to be there in person, that is not an excuse for you not to sign up, because we're gonna give you the replays, right? So you're gonna get all the information as well. You're gonna have lifetime access to the replays, and listen, it's gonna be so good. You're gonna wanna, like I said, this is something you want to continue to listen to. You're gonna want to revisit again. That's how good it's going to be. So that's why I'm making sure I'm giving you guys the replays. All right. So I am so excited about this workshop. It's going to be great. And again, for more information on this workshop, visit the link the link will be in our description box. Okay. So let's get started on this topic. What are steps that you need to take after being diagnosed with fibroids? Okay. Number one, calm down, okay? I know your anxiety levels are through the roof. I know you're confused. I know that, unfortunately, when it comes to Western medicine, they're not giving us much answers when it comes to fibroids. You probably heard so many stories of women that have fibroids and what they're going through. And, also there's a lot of anxiety around fertility after a woman has been diagnosed with fibroids, especially if you want to have children or you want to have more children, right? It could be very, like I said, it could be very, really, 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 so here you have fibroids, so here you have a tumor in the womb or even outside of the womb that can impact fertility. That can really do a number on you, right? It can do a number on your mental health. So number one, calm down. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, okay? Now I want you to educate yourself on fibroids fully. Because listen, I know that your doctor more than likely is just telling you, oh, it's genetic, and or they may have told you, let's just wait and see, not telling you that fibroids actually do grow and they do worsen when you continue triggering them, when you continue participating in a lifestyle that has triggered these fibroids. And listen, if your body developed fibroids, I need you to listen up, right? If your body developed fibroids, that means that the way you were living your life was not conducive to your health, okay? And that could be physically, mentally, right? The way you were living your life, the lifestyles that you were engaging in, the thoughts that you were thinking, right, was not conducive to your health. It wasn't. And your body's calling for you to make a change, okay? So a deep change. So this is why it's so important that we educate ourselves about fibroids. If you are confused, okay, where do I educate myself? Listen, number one, the workshop tomorrow, we're talking about that. You're gonna be fully educated, right? Number two, I have so many even free resources on here. I have hundreds of videos on YouTube that are educating women daily about fibroids, right? So it's time for you to do a deep dive. And if you want the information, like I said, in a way that's more digestible, in a way where you're also, being able to ask questions and things like that, then make sure that you're at our workshop tomorrow, okay? But here, if you're not able to make it, I want you to understand that you have to educate yourself about fibroids, because what you don't understand is that a lot of your habits are triggering these fibroids to grow and to worsen, right? So it's important for you to understand the root cause. Why did my body develop these tumors or this tumor? What happened? And I don't want you to just stop at it's genetic. It's so much deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. I want you to do thorough research on, like I said, this is why I have this YouTube channel, to educate women truly, because you're not getting that on Google. You're not getting that on these other platforms, on other, I don't hear this stuff, right? And you're definitely not getting that in the doctor's office, okay? You should probably know that by now. So educate yourself. What are the root causes? What are things that trigger fibroids to grow? What are the emotional root causes, right? Because that we really go deep with that, right? I really go deep with that. What do you want to avoid? What are things that you want to change about your lifestyle? It's so important for you to get clear on this stuff, right? Because if we continue living the way we did before we were diagnosed, what's going to happen? Again, these fibroids are going to grow and they're going to get worse. So it's so important for you to understand this, right? It's so important for you to do the research, thorough research. Again, I want you, if you're not on my email list, get on my email list. The link is in my description box, again, because you get a free video that, again, it gives you more details about what the root causes of fibroids are, and also about estrogen dominance. So you guys know I've talked about estrogen dominance on this channel before many times. You've been following me, okay? So it's really, really important for you to get clear, to understand fibroids, to understand why your body developed fibroids, to understand your reproductive system, to understand your hormonal system. Okay, this is what I help women do. All right, not just heal, but also understand their bodies, right? So also, what you want to do is since we know that how we've been living our life is not conducive to our healing, since we should know that when we develop fibroids, we were not taking care of ourselves. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, right? Mentally, when your body developed, the reason why your body developed fibroids is because you were not taking care of yourself. You were not taking care of yourself, okay? And you probably know it. It always happens during a period of time where you weren't taking care of your body. You weren't taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. So these tumors develop to let you know, listen, to get your attention, right? But listen, if you're not listening to your body, it's going to get louder and louder and louder by exhibiting more symptoms and more symptoms and more symptoms to the point where you cannot even afford to ignore it anymore. You don't want it to get too far with that, okay? So understand that now is a time for you to nourish your body, to nurture your body, to start taking care of self. And then again, that's physically, emotionally, mentally, right, spiritually. You have to create the capacity in your life to be able to do so. No matter how busy you are, no matter what you have going on, right? No matter how many deadlines you have, trust me, I totally understand, okay? I'm an extremely busy person myself as well. But one thing that I take very seriously, that I do take very seriously, that I do not neglect is my health and my well-being and taking care of myself, especially as somebody that had fibroids before, that knew what it felt like for your body to literally just almost give up on you. You don't want that to happen. It's not a good feeling. And if you don't, again, take care of your body, it won't take care of you. It won't, right? So it's so important for you to understand this. And so we got to start taking care of ourselves, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, okay, protecting our peace. You want to also start paying attention to your hormonal balance, okay? Let me say that again. Pay attention to your hormonal balance. The reason why I say this is that if you develop fibroids, I want you to understand, I want you to know that if your body develops fibroids, that means your hormones are like completely out of balance. A lot of women don't know that. They don't even understand their hormonal system, their reproductive system. They don't understand what's going on with their hormones. They don't even know, they're just so out of touch. A lot of women don't worry about their hormones until either they've been diagnosed with PCOS or they're having issues with getting pregnant. Then all of a sudden we start caring about our hormones, right? And I know that that's programming due to Western medicine. You guys know. I'm not trying to call anybody's doctor bad or good, but what I am saying is that the system that they're working under is not for your benefit. It's not there for you to heal. So then what happens is that we're following a system that, again, so you've been taught all these years, or haven't been taught about your hormones all these years. And then you get up to a point, for example, you start struggling with fertility, but you had 20 something years to nourish and your hormones, right? To become to learn how to be in balance with your hormones. And you've neglected that. And because you neglected that, your body showed you so many signs. A lot of you guys don't understand that you've been shown so many signs before developing fibroids. The heavy bleeding, menstrual bleeding, or the pain during, your excuse me, sorry about the plane. The heavy menstrual bleeding, the pain during sex, or the pain during, your menstrual cycles, the clots that you were passing on none of this stuff is normal. These are all signs of estrogen dominance or hormonal imbalance. They're not normal, right? The PMS, the mood swings before your cycle, all of the stuff going on that you have normalized, that Western medicine has been normalized. The periods that last longer than 3 to 4 days, the brown blood that you see before or after your cycle, none of that stuff is normal. None of that stuff is normal, okay? So the way we've been taught is completely skewed. It hasn't been to our benefit, right? And also a lot of women don't start worrying about their hormones until perimenopause. That's another thing too. And we talked about this before. Now I might have to do a whole nother video on perimenopause and fibroids. If you guys want to see a video on that, please let me know. Okay? Give me some feedback, y'all, because every time I ask for feedback, I'm not getting much of it. I know it's a small channel, but give me some feedback on what kind of videos you want me to educate you ladies on. And subscribe and hit the like button, okay? Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And go ahead and, if you're watching this, hit the like button. It takes 1 second. I'll wait a second for you to do that. Okay? It helps the channel out. If you're enjoying this and you're getting value from this, help me out. Help the algorithm out, right? It gets pushed out to women that need this information because there's so many women that are lost. Majority of the information you see on fibroids online is completely wrong. All right, so Pay attention to your hormones. Don't wait until perimenopause. Don't wait until you're struggling to get pregnant to care about your hormones. You should always live life in balance. As women, femininity represents balance. Your womb represents balance as well as other things, creativity, flow. We're supposed to be in balance. And when a woman is having has developed fibroids, she is completely out of balance, completely out of her element. Like you're not living life again in flow. You're not living life in the flow state. You're chaotic. You're all over the place. You're, overwhelmed. You're not, again, living a good life. You're not, right? So if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're having all these symptoms, if you develop fibroids, then what is that saying about how you're living your life? Is it conducive to your health or not? If you've developed fibroids, then it's not, okay? So hopefully you understand. So we have to start paying attention and actually, like for example, I always teach you ladies, especially if you guys been to my master classes in the past, how to follow the 4 phases of your 28-day menstrual cycle. Like these things are so important. We take a lot of stuff for granted, but a lot of women don't even know when they're ovulating, right? It's so important for you to know your body, to understand your body on a deeper level, to feel connected to your body, to feel connected to your womb. Okay, so pay attention to the ebbs and flows of your hormones, right? Understand what your body needs. And if you don't know that, then number 1, you need to be on my email list, okay? And number 2, you need to be in our workshop tomorrow, okay? You need to register because it's so important. You have to understand why your body developed these issues, and also how to get rid of them so that they don't become an ongoing issue. Because very few people only develop fibroids once. Typically, it's an ongoing thing. After they've gotten all these procedures done, they continue developing fibroids because they don't understand and know that why their body's even developing the fibroid in the first place, right? So that's really important. Now, you also want to reduce stress. If your body developed fibroids, it is under stress. You're under stress. And I know that life can be very stressful. Life can life sometimes, okay? I get it, right? There's a lot of things going on, even in the world, right? We have elections coming up. Listen, let me just say this. If you're dealing with fibroids or any reproductive health issues, I'm going to be honest with you. The election should be the last thing on your mind right now. Your health needs to be number 1. A lot of times, in order to avoid thinking about our issues, we will sweep them under the rug and then start thinking about things that don't directly affect us. Okay? I want you to understand, listen. Stop focusing on the distractions of the world and focus and go within. Focus on your needs. Right? This is more than likely the reason why you got in this. You got in this issue in the first place. You had this issue in the first place because you're focused on everything outside of you and not anything inside of you. What's going on inside of you? What's going on with your mental health? What's going on with your health? What's going on with what's going on with you spiritually? Right? You've lost focus and you're focusing on every distraction outside of you. Okay? So that's really important. So you want to reduce stress. And how do we reduce stress, right? I want to teach about this again in the master class because this is so important. Fibroids, listen, in case you don't know, stress feeds fibroids. Stress feeds fibroids, okay? So we have to learn important ways to manage our stress. We have to, no matter how busy we are, no matter how many reports we got to do for our boss, it doesn't matter, right? No matter how much we have going on, we have to manage our stress levels, all right? I don't care what you have going on. You have to find time for you. You have to create that time for you, and you have to properly manage your stress levels. You continuously living your life in stress and overwhelm will ultimately be your downfall. I just have to be honest with you. Do you know the amount of women that are being diagnosed with things like breast cancer, uterine cancer at a younger and younger age? And listen, if you have fibroids, you have the root cause you're dealing with the root cause of breast cancer, the estrogen dominance. Because if our body can develop fibroids, our body can develop tumors in the uterus why do you think it can't develop tumors in the breast? Why don't you know that your body has estrogen receptors in the uterus and the breast? And that if your hormones are out of balance, then this is, again, precursor to things like breast cancer, uterine cancer, to estrogen dominant cancers. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to let you know, listen, you have more control than you think, number one. And number two, that it is vital for you. It is so important for you to take your health seriously. You don't have time to waste. You don't. And we're coming up on the last 2 months of the year. Okay? A lot of you guys, like I said, have been carrying these fibroids for months and years. It's so important for you to get clear. It's so important for you to have, again, a guideline, a protocol on, and be implementing it as well on how do we get rid of these fibroids. So you can at least by January 1st get to the point where the fibroids has shrunk and you're symptom free, so that you're not dealing with all of these symptoms. Okay, so let me tell you something. That's going to play into also reducing your stress levels. Knowing you have a plan that you're actually implementing and you're seeing results, that's going to help reduce the stress. Okay, I have a client that just joined our Detoxify Your Womb program. Before joining our Detoxify Your Womb program, she worked with me for 2 weeks in the Freedom from Fibroids course. She chose the option where she could work with me for 2 weeks. And during those 2 weeks, she had much less stress. Much less. Like, she was like, I was so happy during those 2 weeks and saw a huge difference with her symptoms. Listen, you not having a plan on how to get rid of these fibroids and not having a plan that actually works, that you're implementing, is going to cause more stress. Okay? If I know that I'm in great health and I know that I have, like, my mental health is also on point, that's, again, going to significantly lower my stress levels. Okay? And I'm sure the same for you as well. Okay? Now, I want you to also stay positive. Because listen, I get it. And I said in the beginning, like, calm down. Because when we have fibroids, when we have other reproductive health issues, there's so many things, again, that can happen, that you know, from the heavy bleeding, from the pain. Like, there's so many things that you're thinking about. You're thinking about your fertility, your future fertility, whether you're going to be able to have more children or have children at all. You just, like, it could be a lot of those thoughts, a lot of negative thoughts in your, like, that come in, like, that are embedded in you, right? That you have to release. There could be a lot of fears as well that you have to release. It's important. You cannot, like I said, hold on to this stuff. It's so important to that's why it's so important to have a plan. But I want you to be positive and know that you can dissolve fibroids, ladies. Do you know how many of my clients have came into work with me, or clients that have taken my courses that had no clue that, you know, they were probably wondering, like, does this really work? Or they didn't really 100% trust in it, but they did it, right? They implement what needs to be implemented. They followed the guideline, they followed the protocol, and saw within a couple of weeks, felt so much better, saw their symptoms, you know, dissolve. And then they eventually seen a huge decrease with the fibroids, right? So it really does make a difference, right? You want to be positive. And even if you're scared, even if you're nervous, that's totally okay, because whenever we're doing anything new, the brain is going to cause us to be scared, right? We're going to be nervous. We're going to be, like, you know, you might even have a couple of doubts, right? But also knowing and trusting that your body is very powerful, that your body is a self-healing mechanism and it can heal itself. That's important as well, to know that underneath all of this nervousness and all of this doubt, that your body is very powerful and that your body wants to work for you, that your body wants to heal, but you just have to create the environment for it to do so, okay? And that's very important. Okay, so be positive, be empowered, and know that this is an issue that you can tackle and see tremendous results. And the beautiful thing about this journey of healing the womb is that we know that as we're getting rid of these fibroids, as we're healing our bodies, healing our wombs, we're also healing our entire bodies. We're also releasing a lot of emotional blocks that we have embedded in the womb on an energetic level as well. So we're also becoming closer and closer to the best versions of ourselves, the highest versions of ourselves. That's not overwhelmed. That's not stressed. We're more connected to our bodies. We're more connected to our natural feminine essence, right? We're more connected to us as a woman, right? And that's going to, again, not only increase our happiness, but also increase, like, our purpose for life. That's going to increase, you know, our vitality, our energy. Like, we're gonna just be able to more so thrive instead of just surviving, right? Instead of just living in survival mode, right? That is so important. I want you to really be empowered on this journey and know that your body can heal. It wants to heal for you, right? Your body is very powerful, but you got to get out the way, right? When I say get out the way, I mean stop, stop sabotaging. Stop, again, engaging in things that are going to take away from your health, okay? That's really important. Also, another step you want to take as you're on this journey, track your progress. And as you're tracking your progress, what I mean is that track your periods. For example, if you're used to having really heavy periods, as you're on this journey, track your periods in a way where, okay, are your heavy days, again, decreasing? Are you seeing the heaviness of your cycle decrease? Are you seeing the number of days on your cycle decrease? Are you seeing the symptoms on your cycle decrease? Okay. I don't know if I told you this in my last video, but I have a client who I'm working with now who has endometriosis and fibroids. And before coming to me, she had 16-day cycles, like periods. She would bleed for that long, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And she'll be bedridden for at least a couple of days out of those 16 days, 2 to 3 days out of those 16 days. And she would be so nauseated that she would vomit at least 6 to 7 times. Do you know how scary that is? This is what she was going through once a month. So 16 whole days of hell, right? Heavy bleeding and just feeling depleted, not able to show up as the best version of herself, right? Having to plan her life around her cycle, having to deal with the fibroid bulge. And, and she was really, really small. So it's even more noticeable. So now she's at a point where her period is like 3 to 4 days at most. She's only dealing, her fibroid bulge has dissolved. No throwing up, no clots, no heaviness. And this is a woman that had fibroids and endometriosis. And we know that the next appointment she goes to, when she's checking these growths, they're gonna be gone. We already know they're going to be gone. She's doing so much better. This is a woman that had, low iron, so many other issues, right? We already know, she's doing so much better. And she's gonna be fibroid free, endometriosis free by December 31st, okay? We already know. I'll be doing that announcement. And I have so many women who are also have gotten rid of fibroids, endo, things that, again, that doctors say you can't get rid of naturally. Your body is very powerful, all by utilizing your body's healing capabilities, okay? All by utilizing your body's natural healing capabilities. Having your body work for you instead of against you. And the thing that's so beautiful about this stuff is that it has lifetime value. So when you're learning from me, when you're learning these protocols, they have lifetime value. They keep you fibroid free and also disease free for years to come. Years to come. They keep you in balance. Again, connected to your feminine essence for years to come, okay? So I want to say all that to say, listen, the last step we're going to talk about is seek help from a holistic womb specialist or practitioner, whether it's me or somebody else. Seek help when you've been diagnosed with fibroids. You do not want to be like these women, and maybe some of you guys are these women that have literally been scouring all over the internet for months, years on what to do when you have fibroids, on how to shrink your fibroids, and seeing for anything from drinking green tea for 3 times a day to acupuncture to yoni steams. They're literally trying a new thing every couple of weeks and still not seeing any results. Still having to deal with the fibroids. I've even had some clients who have done that and they no result. They haven't seen the fibroid leave. It's still there. They're still dealing with the fibroid. And it's so, like I said, frustrating. It's mentally frustrating, emotionally frustrating, right? When you're literally just trying random things from people that claim to be, they're not experts, right? They haven't had a whole bunch of testimonials. They haven't, like myself, they haven't had so just be very careful. If they're not having you follow a protocol and actually target the root cause of what developed the fibroids in the first place, then more than likely it's just, I hate to use the term scam because I think that's overused, but it's just not feasible. okay? And it's a waste of your time. If you're not targeting the root cause of why you developed the fibroids, if you're not balancing your hormones, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, okay? So I said all that to say it's so important to get clear, to have clarity on this journey. It's not that you need more time, you need clarity. You need clarity. And that's what I do for my clients. Like very busy women, careers, they have a lot going on, right? They don't have time to scour the internet and try 100 different things, right? There's women that have been doing it and they still have the fibroids. 2 years later, 3 years later. One woman even said 20 years later. No, she had no help from a professional. None. So don't be like those women, right? Don't be like those women. And if you were like those women, it's time to change. We're about to go into the last half of the 2020s. We're about to go in that last half of the 2020s, the 2025. Are you gonna come in this realm, the 2025, in the same condition that you came into 2024 with? If you did, that'd be absolutely ridiculous. And you will set the tone for many years to come. Okay? So let me just say this. Listen. If you are wanting to get help from, I am the holistic womb specialist that you would like to get help from, right? And if that's so, you made a good choice because, like I said, I've had hundreds of testimonials throughout the years, okay, on women who have shrunk and got rid of their fibroids. I'm having a workshop tomorrow, starting tomorrow. If you're not able to be there on the Zoom, then register so you can get the replays for only $250. Shrink fibroids before 2025, okay? It's for women that want to get clear and understand and learn the fibroid healing protocol that's going to help them dissolve their fibroids, okay? So it's really important. I'm really excited about it, and I'm really excited about the women that have registered, but I know that there's more women like you that need to be there, okay? So go to the link again in the description box. You're going to see the information to register. If you're watching this and maybe you didn't get a chance to get in the workshop, but you understand and know that, listen, during this journey, you need guidance. You're wanting to be supported, right? You're wanting a transformation. You want to actually be in a container that can fully support you. Okay, I have my Detoxify Your Womb program. Okay, you guys know I talk about it all the time. But listen, it's the highest level to work with me. But the great thing is that our full program is 6 months long. But I have an opportunity, a very rare opportunity where you can work with me for the last 2 months, final months of 2024, okay? And be in our Detoxify Your Womb program, all right? So if you're interested, click the link in the description box. You'll see more information about our amazing exclusive Detoxify Your Womb program, all right? And email me if you're interested, okay? The last 2 months of the year, okay? This is, again, I'm only accepting 3 women for this. All right, I haven't really promoted it like that yet, but I'm gonna start this week because guess what? The last 2 months of the year starts on Friday. All right, so if you're ready to get started, the 1st of November, I want you to send me an email. Let me know I'm ready. I'm ready for 2 months in our Detoxify Your Womb program. It's only $2,500. Okay, $2,500. All right, so go ahead and you can pay. We do have a payment plan for that as well. All right, so send me an email if you're ready to be fully supported, to completely transform not just the health of your reproductive system, but also the health of your entire body, and be supported along the way. All right, and yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you got so much out of this video. Do not be afraid. Understand and know that, listen, we got some deep work to do, but it's time, right? And it's time for you to love yourself enough to be able to do it. And do not come into 2025 walking in with these same problems that you walked into 2024 with. That would be absolutely ridiculous and a waste. Okay, I know that you're better than that. All right, your womb is waiting for you to get started. Your womb is waiting, and there is not a someday. You start now. All right, start now. All right, so ladies, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section. I'm also 1 email away. All right, my email is in the link in the description box. Also, if you have any questions as well, or on any of our courses, shoot me an email. All right, I'm very accessible. All right, love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right, bye.